What's up everyone? In this video we're going to be working on a little bit of everything, and that is going to include rewiring the main electrical panel and installing the floors, and then we're going to have a couple other little carpentry things that I get done. So jumping right into this episode of work, I am getting the second coat of paint on because I need it to be completely covered. It went on really well the first time, but I just wanted to have a second coat just so that I was sure that it covered everywhere. Once that second coat of paint was on, I jumped right into wiring the electrical panel because I was sick of having the wires just dangling in my garage and being connected with wire nuts. So I decided to land everything in their respective spots. Alright, so I just finished wiring the electrical panel, and it isn't the cleanest wiring I've ever done, but it's definitely way better than everything else that was in here originally. So let's back up a little bit and show you exactly what I got done. So here's the panel. Everything came out really clean. I left the yellow pieces on just so I know which one's which when I go to label this, because it's completely wrong now. I didn't end up using two of the breakers there, and then I have two more open spots on this side because I removed the one from the old oven. So I'm gonna have some empty slots that I can fill as far as that goes. And then have all the wires running up and over through this beam to their respective locations. So that's how it turned out, and now I haven't eaten yet today, so I am going to get some food. So I will catch you a little bit later. After that tasty meal, I decided to jump right into laying the floors because that was the next step, and I wanted to get this completely done so I could finally have a living room. So during that day, I got a little bit of the floor done, and then I had to go off and do my realtor job. So I kind of stopped for the evening after I finished this section, but I jumped right back into it the next day, and I ran into an issue where I was getting these really bad migraines doing it, so it ended up taking me 3 days to do this whole first floor, but it turned out really nice with how I completed it. I think I'm overdue for an update for the house because I've just been recording myself and I did a little bit of work off camera. I got the whole house painted and I didn't really film myself putting up the trim because I was kind of all over the place and I didn't want to keep moving the camera around. So I ended up cutting and hanging all the trim and then caulking and painting the trim. So that's really the only thing that you didn't see me do, but I'll give you a quick run around of everything that I got done. So we got the new floors installed all throughout. That's just our pads for the dogs not getting their feet muddy, but we got floors completely installed. Here's all the trim and it's completely painted and then cut in. Then got all the baseboard and window trim installed. We hung the TV, have the fireplace kind of decorated, and we got a couch in the living room. Now this couch is absolutely massive and it makes this living room look small, but I promise it is just the couch that is the same depth as a twin size bed. As far as the kitchen goes, we got the countertops measured 2 days ago and those will be installed on the 14th. Right now we have just some temporary counters that we're not really using any of these appliances because I don't have the sink hooked up. I don't have the dishwasher hooked up because there's no water line at the sink, and I don't have the gas hooked up yet. But that's kind of just where I'm at. I got all the trim done off camera and now I need to start working on some of the finishing stuff. I am going to do the fireplace hearth along with the pantry shelves today, and I'm gonna try to do a little bit more than that if I can, maybe run some water lines, but I need to run to the store before I can do that. So I'm gonna get this stuff done and then start getting a list of everything that I need to finish everything else, and I'm just gonna work from there. All right, so I got the fireplace hearth built and it went okay. Just based on the looks of it, it's a gas fireplace and I think it's a gas fireplace, but by the looks of it, someone was burning like actual wood in it at one point because there's like old soot and dust from just burnt logs in the past. So I'm not entirely sure what that's all about. I don't know a whole lot about fireplaces, so I'm gonna have a company come out and just like check the gas lines and everything after I hook them up and make sure I can use this as a gas fireplace. If I can use this as a wood fireplace, that's even better because I'd much rather do that. Anyways, I got the hearth built. What I'm gonna end up doing is covering this in cement board and then tiling over it. And I ran into a little bit of an issue where the fireplace wasn't set completely center in the brick, so the hearth ended up being off. So what I did was, to compensate for it, I added another 2x4 on its side just to make it a little bit longer on this side compared to that side. But it's a little bit off, but I don't think you'll ever really know unless you're looking straight at it every day like I will be. It's gonna drive me nuts, but I don't feel like messing around with it anymore, so it's gonna be good enough in the end. So the next thing I'm gonna move on to is this drywall. I just have a bunch of screws in it and I'm just patching the holes for that. So we can do that. And then I'm gonna move on to building the side plates for this. It's gonna look like that, but it's out of a different piece of wood. So it's just the end plate essentially for the cabinet, which is starting to stick out right there. So I need to shove a few more nails in it. But other than that, I also have to do under here where the beverage refrigerator is gonna go. I haven't started, but I didn't finish it. And then after that, I'm going to move into the pantry. I'm going to build shelf for the microwave, a shelf below it, and then 2 shelves above it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. In the next video, I'm going to build that pantry and get a lot of other stuff done. So if you like this video series on what I'm doing as far as this house renovation goes, make sure you click the like button. And while you're down there, subscribe, because it is going to be the best way to keep up to date with everything that I'm doing. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.